I will share something that actually just happened this morning. So as we were getting ready for, they did go to bed yesterday a little later than usual. I would say maybe about 9:40. Um, this morning, when I went into their room to wake them up, I saw that my daughter's room was like a disaster. And I'm like, it looks like a tornado went through here. I'm like, what happened? And of course, like it sets me off in a bad mood for the day. I'm already setting them off in a bad mood for for their school day. And I'm like, you have clothes everywhere. You haven't done laundry. And I said, you know what? Today, when you girls get home from school, I said, you're handing over your devices. I said, there's going to be no device until these rooms are clean. But then, of course, like I don't feel guilty because it's, part of parenting and I have to set those standards and responsibilities with them. Um, but it's also like this give and take, right? If you help me, I will try to, I will work with you on what it is that your needs are.
Could I offer a redo on what happened this morning and just
Hmm.
see if it works for you?
Hmm.
Okay. And so, for starters, I want to offer you empathy about how hard it was for you this morning to come in and see their room in a state that it typically isn't. You are used and you expect from them to have the room in a certain level of tidiness and that they do their laundry regularly, it sounds like, and
Hmm.
that here you were, you were like you they went to bed at 9:40 later, and I could imagine the story you're telling yourself is, oh my God, give an inch, take a mile, everything's going to be in chaos. This is your worst fear realized when you see
Hmm.
that,
Hmm.
when you see what's going on in that room. Is that true, Melissa?
Yeah, it is because I'm like, okay, now I gave them this little bit of freedom to stay up later, and they were likely on their devices because I was trying to finish a project. And then they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And this morning it was just complete chaos.
Yeah.
It's about, but again, I didn't have that conversation with them this morning coming from a place of like, okay, this is going to be the agreement. This is what we're going to do. It was like mom going crazy.
Exactly. So, what might happen if you have a little bit of time tonight, or perhaps on the weekend, perhaps you have a little more spaciousness, it's I'd like to do a redo about what happened the other morning. And I want to tell you what was going on with me and find out more about what was going on for you. Could we talk about that? Because I'd actually like to come up with some other way than me simply yanking your devices to find a different way forward. Could we talk
Hmm.
about that?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. So, what happened for me, I'm now taking on your voice, Melissa.
Okay.
So, what happened for me when I walked into your room, I really freaked out. One of the reasons is that it's so important to me that your room be in a certain level of tidiness because um, for me, it calms me to be able to see that tidiness. If I see chaos, I feel like our lives are chaotic and I find it so unsettling. And also in me, it gives me peace of mind that you're going to be able to take care of yourself when you leave here, that you're going to be fully functioning members of society. And when I see your clothes everywhere and that the laundry isn't done, I get scared that I'm not doing a good job of that. And so that is my base level freak out. But then compounding it was that it happened because I told myself a story that it happened because I said okay to you all staying up later. And I of course am feeling guilty because of course I want to be with you and in connection with you, but I'm also for our financial sustainability. I have some projects to do. I'm doing the best I can here, and so but I thought, oh gosh, it's because I agreed to this that now I'm inviting basically the apocalypse into our house. So that is why this was so challenging for me. But I'm recognizing these are my story and my fears. I'm curious, what was going on for you that your room was like it was this morning?
I wasn't feeling good. I came home from school early yesterday because my head was hurting. So I came home and I lay down. I fell, took a nap when I knew that I had to clean my room and get things organized. And instead of doing what I had to do, I just got on my device with my friends.
Because you weren't feeling good. Yeah, I'm taking it in and I'm really seeing how I'm putting my fears on to what sounds like you just not having a lot of energy. So I guess here's my request of you is, and I really want to know, is this possible? When you're not feeling so good, would you be willing to just tell me, hey, mom, I'm not feeling that good. I know my room's a mess. I'll take care of it tomorrow, but I'm just not feeling good right now. Because that would help me trust that you're tracking it and that you care so much, that you care about it, but you're acknowledging that it's just not going to work now, but you're telling me when it will. And then I'm going to be much more relaxed. Could that work for you?
Yes, I can
Mm.
do that.
Okay, so stepping out of role, Melissa, curious how this different approach, truly, what do you think about that?
It brings me ease and less, I feel less guilty because I know that my reactions were my own insecurities because I'm just like exactly like you said, you're going out into the world and this is how I'm, letting you go out when there's chaos here, there's chaos everywhere. I said we can't function properly if we're not organized and if we don't have ourselves together. Um, and for me, like organization is key because of course I'm holding like all this, a whole family, together. So I have to have organization. And when I don't see that and I don't feel like I have their support and understanding, like it's a trigger point for me. And that's just like, okay, you know what? Like that's it. And, you know, I become firm, which I know I need to sometimes because otherwise, kids are kids. They're going to walk all over me if I allow it. But it's a matter of conversation. And that's what I'm getting out of this right now. It's like having those conversations with them and just really coming to agreement and, being able to share with them also what's going on for me so they understand where I'm coming from.
Exactly. Sharing what's going on for you. Back to the why piece. Because if if we don't explain what is going on and we don't own our fears as our own, they're like, it's a mystery what's happening. When we own what's going on and what our needs are, we are all hardwired to care for each other. You said, oh, the kids will walk all over me. I actually want to challenge you about that. I actually don't think we're about walking all over each other, walking all over each other. And from everything you've shared about your daughters, they are not interested in walking all over you. They are interested in getting their needs met, and ideally, they want to get their needs met and not have it be at your expense. And the likelihood that that will happen increases when you start trusting Melissa that you're not going to be giving up on your own needs at the same time that you can take their needs into consideration and together you can integrate everybody's needs to come up with a solution that works better for everybody.
I received that. I
Mm.
received that and I see that.